Growing up, I was a huge Street Fighter fan. My first Street Fighter was Street Fighter 2 when I remember clear as day. I went to my friend's house. I was a little ass kid. Me and my little sister, we came there, my friend's house. My father was dropping us off. And there was just a bunch of kids surrounding the television. And I remember one kid had picked E Honda and one kid picked Chun-Li. And all they were doing was tapping the square or X, whatever the button was at that current time on the Street Fighter, on the Super Nintendo controller. And they were just tapping the buttons and going, and then Chun-Li would do her super kicks and E Honda would do his ho 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 ho. And after that, we were just hooked. And like, I was like, can I try? You know what I mean? I'm a little motherfucker and they were older. And I was like, can I try this one? I remember clear as day, yo. I just wanted to try because they were having so much fun. I mean, they was like, yeah, go ahead, little nigger. And they let me play the bad boy, man. And I was tapping I would pick a Honda and he would do, and because at first I was just doing regular hits and then I would tap it faster and faster. And he did this, oh, ho, 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 ho. And I was like, oh shit, yo, this is kind of hot, yo. This is my first time ever seeing a fighting game like this. It was crazy, yo. I went back to the crib, man. I was thinking about Street Fighter for days. Like, yo, I want this Street Fighter game, yo. Game is straight up hot. I remember the front cover too. It was like, yeah. Also, they was using Blanca too, and Blanca would do his tap and he'll go electricity mode, yo. That shit was crazy, yo. And I remember on the front cover, it was fucking it was Blanca and Chun-Li. I think Blanca was doing his rolling thing, and he was looking mad crazy and demented, and Chun-Li was like, oh, shit. And I remember I got the game, and I would just stare. I still do this till today. I would take the cover and just stare at the mother sucker. I would look at the front, look at the back, open the book. Back in the day, we had instruction manuals with cool little artwork anymore. You guys don't know nothing I'm talking about now. But I would go through the instruction manual 20, 30 times. I remember my cousin called me out on it one time, like, yo, Zobi, man, why you always stare at the front cover like that? In the back, you just stare front and back. And it's like, I don't know. It's just something about it that it just grabs me in. But anyway, I was a big Street Fighter fan growing up. Huge Street Fighter fan. Ever since that moment, I was a little kid up till Street Fighter 4. Man, I was a huge Street Fighter fan. Huge. The anime was amazing. All of it was amazing. The Street Fighter 2 V, that was one of my favorite animes of all time. Street Fighter 2, the movie, is probably one of the first anime movies or animes I've seen in my whole entire life. And then one of my favorite fighting games of all time is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Love that game. Oh my God, it was amazing. Amazing. And my main lineup would be Ken Masters. Ken was my favorite character. It turned out he's always been my favorite. And not until now with the internet, Ken's not cool to use, but I just been rocking with Ken for a very long time. It was Ken I would rock with. This in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they always change up from Ken to Rogue to Gambit. Who else, man? I remember I used to use Cable. Just if cats wanted to start spamming, I would use Cable to come in with the big giant lasers. They get that thing going, man. Who else would I use? But my third character slot was always left open from one character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And that third character was always Charlie. Charlie is anybody that's ever fought me in Marvel vs. Capcom from back in the day on the Dreamcast to now knows that I have one of the greatest Charlies ever. I was just fighting a kid the other day on the Xbox 360 and I was picking Charlie, and people be thinking I'm a slouch when it comes to fighting games, but when it comes to the Street Fighter game, I'm telling you, I'm mad nice. I'm no slouch. It takes skill to play these games, and it's not like your Naruto and Dragon Ball Z games. These take skill, and I'm like, okay. And then when I get on there, I whoop ass, and I go, let's go back to Naruto. But anyway, I'll purposely. This is what I used to do, man. I would purposely let guys beat me up. You know what I mean? I remember we used to fight my friends, and I would always put in Charlie last. I let him come in last, full health, ready to go, and they can have all three of their characters. And I just knew, I was just confident to the point where I knew I was gonna kick your ass with Charlie, and I would, yo. I would wipe out teams. To this day, I wipe out teams. All three mother flows with Charlie, yo. It's very, very hard to kill my Charlie. Very hard to kill my Charlie. Charlie, I would come in there just extra smooth. Charlie's just an extra real smooth character. That's the reason why I like him so much. Very smooth character. I love him. I love him. Marvel's got until he was just pop, pop, pop. And I even seen like in the Street Fighter 5 trailer, he would adjust his glass. Oh man, this shit was crazy. Only thing I don't like, Charlie is a pretty boy, you know what I'm saying? They got him got cuts across his face. He's got a metal arm. It's like, whoa, what kind? Come on, man, Charlie. They better give us two different versions of Charlie. From, I guess this Charlie's gonna be going through some type of. He got captured by a bison or something. I don't know what's going on here, but that's flipped up that he's got to have all this, mech. He's like Cyborg from the Teen Titans and shit. You know what I mean? Charlie's a pretty boy. I mean, no homo shit. I'm just saying, I can relate with pretty boy characters. Ken Masters, Charlie. I always had the... Oh, you know who else I used to rock with in Capcom versus SNK? Terry. Was it Terry Bogard or something like? Yeah, come on. Yo, I used to rock with Terry from Fatal Fury. I used to rock with Ken Masters and Charlie. Oh, man, all the blind dudes I would rock with. You know what I mean? No homo shit. You know what I mean? And I was just, oh man, those were the good old days, yo. Fighting games hasn't been good since, yo. I remember, like, I just always wanted to play fighting games, yo. Ever since that little time when I was a kid till all the way up to now, I would always want fighting. It used to only just be fighting games or role playing games. That was just it for me. Fighting games, role playing games, a little bit of Siphon Filter, Twisted Metal, Need for Speed, sprinkled in there every once in a while. Oh man, it was crazy. Anywho. Street Fighter 5 is going to be extra crazy, awesome, dope. It's got my favorite character, my favorite Street Fighter character after Ken Masters, and that is Charlie. For a moment, Charlie was my favorite character because I just couldn't lose with this guy. I remember when my friends would see him come in, would see me come in, they would see the twinkle in my eye, and they'd be like, they'll stop playing the game. Like, oh shit, fucking, I'm not fucking with this dude, with Zobi. He's got this fucking Charlie motherfucker, yo, he's sick. Man, anyway, man, I'm hyped for Street Fighter 5. I love Charlie. He's not Guile. That's not, his style is not like Guile's at all. His style is way different. I remember we used to try to break down the lore back in the day. I'm in the video with this because I'm going too long. I can go forever on Charlie. But we used to try to break down the lore on Charlie and Guile back in the day because they're trying to say, oh, they were brothers because they got the flash kit and shit. And like Guile's flash kick was straight up, you know what I mean? Somehow, straight swirl. Charlie's was on some aerodynamic type shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, and then like Captain Guile would do two hands to do the sonic boom. Charlie would do it with one hand, yo. So, you know what I mean? Oh man, and his hairstyle was 10 times cooler than fucking Captain Guile's, yo. Fuck Captain Guile, motherfucker. Anyway, we try to break the lore down between Charlie and Guile, and we would say that. This is what I said. I said, because I was like, I didn't think they knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlie's in the Air Force, Guile's in the Army. You know what I'm saying? And that's two different branches. But I'm thinking like it's military fighting styles. Like when you go to when you go to the military, they teach you this certain type of fighting style, which would give him the the whole charge move and things like that. But Charlie was extra smooth with it. I even seen Charlie do the down flash kick. And I couldn't do that shit in Street Fighter Alpha. And that was to piss me off. Like, yo, why come you can't do his down flash kick? But I'm guessing it was only in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going way too long on Charlie. I love Charlie, man. That's my dude right there. Word up.